whenever everything was first growing, I kept up with the weeds because I didn't want them to drown out the little baby plants. But as you can see, everything is like pretty large now, so I've gotten lazy. And then also I think next year, like I'll put mulch down, just like wood chips, to help keep the weeds from growing. Okay, see, like walking through here, it's a jungle. That right there, that's a tomatillo plant. We have other tomato plants, like I don't know if you can see right there is a tomato plant. But we planted way too late, which we didn't know. It's a learning experience. So yeah, we next year we need to plant earlier. This is the wall of green beans. See, there's green, this is what I was talking about. There's green beans here, but I didn't get them hung up in time. And then like hanging them up, I would just have to pretty much cut a lot of it off, like the vines. And so it was like too late in the season to do that. So I kind of just let them grow, and they're just like covering up the ground, which does help because it keeps weeds down, and then it also keeps the soil from drying out, which helps keep the soil moist for your plants. Because see, I just did like this twine in between sticks and then just like tied it, and then that's what it's growing up. It's really easy actually. And then I cut like little trees and just dug a hole in the ground, tied it in between, and then the plant just grows up. And then see, it keeps wanting to go. A lot of people will do a trellis because it keeps wanting to go. And a trellis makes more sense because then it can grow that way instead of continuing to try and grow up. But I will show you over here, we actually have a spaghetti squash growing right there. It's like that big. Baby one started right here. We have another one right here, which is like bigger than my hand, longer than my hand. And then we have a butternut squash right here, a little baby one. It's actually way over there, but it vines out. That was another thing. I was gonna do a trellis, and well, I didn't get around to it because like we planted late in the garden, and then once I started learning, oh, trellis this so you have more space in your garden and all this other stuff so it doesn't look like a mess like this, it was too late for me to do. So next year. And then these are carrots. See, there's like a weed in there. You can see these are purple carrots. So those are purple carrots, and then these are purple carrots. These are normal orange carrots. They look a little like beat down because I just watered them, but like once they dry off, they'll perk back up. And then over here we have cauliflower, which honestly we don't really eat a lot of cauliflower. So I was thinking of making like cauliflower rice and then like putting it in soups using like cauliflower chunks instead of potatoes, since we can't do potatoes. But like I honestly didn't even expect this to grow. I was just like, that seems fun, let's grow some cauliflower. And now we have so much cauliflower. This, for whatever reason, I was just like, let's grow more cauliflower, because this cauliflower is purple. This is a really small one, but it gets much bigger. The purple though is taking longer to grow. And then this is summer savory. It's an herb. The herb garden is full of weeds. There's sage right there, but like you see, like there's a weed. There's so many weeds. This is all weeds that I'm walking through, and the lettuce is on this side. Normally the lettuce is like super full all through here, but there's red romaine there, I just cut it, so it's like cut down right now. And then right here, that kind of lettuce went to seed, so then it would be bitter. So because it was a different type over there, over here. So this one, it got too hot and it went to seed. So there's a few that I had to pull that they've gone to seed. We give them to the chickens, and the chickens just, they devour them. They love them. Just for reference, if you grow oregano, like put it in its own pot, because it's like mint and it'll just take over everything. And then here's parsley. Here's a little baby cucumber. I was actually thinking of picking all the little babies and then making like little tiny dill pickles. Here's the tomato plant up close. See all these tomatoes? There's ones ripening right there. And these yellow tomatoes are actually really cool. They're sweet. The middle is sour, so it's like a sweet and sour tomato. It's kind of cool. Here's the tomatillos up close. There's a little baby tomatillo. And all the blossoms will turn to tomatillos, but I think we might get our first frost before then. Look, here's a little baby. It's like the flower that is turning to the tomatillo. That's kind of cool. You want bees, so making my garden more bee friendly next year too. And then here is the tomato plants we got planted in too late, like pretty much all of them, but they are still growing tomatoes. I don't know that we're gonna get tomatoes before you know, the first frost, because September up here is when we can be a frost. But here, see, this is the butternut squash I was talking about, because there's the green beans and the lettuce. But yeah, it's finding. There's another, holy shit, that one's, okay, that one's a lot bigger. I thought that one was smaller. This is borage. It's great for keeping the squash bugs away, which is all by the squash, and bees love it. Also, hummingbirds love it. I've seen hummingbirds over here too. Also, the garden is full of frogs. It's really cool because like this was all dirt and then we planted everything and then we started getting, you know, bees and wasps and like the pollinators and stuff, and then other bugs. And then we started getting butterflies because the flowers and stuff. And then I've noticed like when you move a plant, there's a lot of frogs. So it's like a whole ecosystem that just like comes and has food. It's cool. I have my basil because, yes, I have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the cucumber plants. And then the zucchinis, it's a bright yellow flower. So I'm learning bees really must like yellow because they're always yellow flowers. Near the end of season, there's some cucumber plants in here. So those are the yellowing leaves because when cucumber plants are like, they've given all they can give, they start to die off. So that's what like you see these leaves that look kind of rough. Those cucumber plants, they're done for, which, I mean, they've produced a lot. So squash plant still over here. It's reached out all the way over here. And there's another one right here. See, we're getting little peppers on the pepper plants, which is funny because the season's almost over, but that's totally fine. Here's the cucumbers. I have to keep pulling these things off because they keep trying to cling to my pepper plants. See, there's one. There's one right there. The squash plant has come out from the fence, and you can see there's a little baby one right there. But then we have one growing right here. And then this one, that is bigger than my foot. And wider than my foot. Just to give you an idea. 1, 2, 3.